Hello, everyone. If you've already watched part one, dissecting daily sales, and you're here for part two, digesting daily sales, then you are a real one. And hopefully you have your business blazer on and are ready to get a little bit more technical. Because in this part, I'm going to show you how to record a daily sale into Xero. So let's get started. All right, so I'm first going to show you how to manually record a daily sale into Xero. And while you already likely have a POS system that will automatically post your daily sales into your accounting system, taking a quick look at the manual process can make the daily sale entry make a little bit more sense. So stick around, and if you want, you can run a daily sale and try to enter it with me on your side of things. So first up first, you want to pull your daily sale report or your Z report or your end of day sales summary. And in Xero or your accounting system, here we are working with our demo company, the Balanced Plate. Just a little pun there for you. Um, we'll first go to our accounting menu and we'll scroll down to manual journals. And so we're going to enter a journal entry for this daily sale. So all of your daily sales can be journal entries into Xero. And we will click on New Journal. And we'll just name it Daily Sale and the date, just to keep this, just to differentiate it. And what we want to do is enter a separate line for each key category. So we've got our sales categories here, and this is what we're going to be entering first. So we want to have a separate line for each of these categories. And in the description, we can list what they are. So we'll start with bottled beer sales, and we want that to go to a corresponding bottled beer revenue account. So just verify that that is in the revenue section, bottled beer. And entering a daily sale takes a little bit of bookkeeping, accounting knowledge. I'm going to run through it really quick, but if any of this doesn't make sense, feel free to reach out and we can go through a more detailed, in-depth review of how to enter a daily sale, just so that we set you up on the right track. But I'm going to go through it really quick here. So to increase a sales account, you credit it. So we are recording the sales for the day, so we're increasing those accounts. So we're going to enter these as credits. And we will keep going down the line. Okay, so we've got our sales entered all as credits, and we can make sure that our total net sales match our total of the entry so far, which they do. So we're headed down the right course. Next, we want to enter our payment information. So we want to record the cash and the credit and the gift card, any payments that get the total of payments that were accepted for the day by type. And since Xero does not let you post directly to the bank account, which is where you would receive your cash payments or your cash deposit, so that should be where this line goes. Xero doesn't let you do that. And it's a little bit of a safeguard, but what it means is that we'll have to use a clearing account or kind of like a dumping ground for our manual journal entries and those deposits that get made into the bank. So we'll post the manual journal entry here, we'll post the deposit that hits the bank here, and then we'll just make sure that they match as we go. So cash payments go to clearing. That's going to be in the amount of the cash you received, 532.06. Same thing for credit. Going to go to a clearing account. And we'll just use the same clearing. What you can do is set up a cash clearing and a credit clearing just to keep those separate. But for the sake of this example, we will just use one. And we will use gift cards. We have a gift card account. And this is where the purchase of gift cards and the sale of gift cards, or the use of gift cards, gets recorded, so you can kind of see where you are with your gift card sales and usage. Okay, so now that we've entered our categories and our payments, now let's take a look at what our difference is made up of. So we know we have tips involved here, and we also have sales tax involved here. So your sales here do not include sales tax. We can see that here on the daily sales. So our total net sales, 2,462 and 47 cents. That's here, total net sales, and then tax is separate. So we want to make sure that our tax gets recorded in our accounting system. So sales tax payable. This is money that is not ours because we owe it to the state. So this is going to go into a liability account. Sales tax, let's just ensure that that is a liability. It's under the liability section. And to increase a liability, we also credit it. So to increase a liability, that's going to be a credit. And now we also have tips involved, which, if I can move my little picture over, credit non-cash tips, there they are, 366.79. And that is also a liability account because those tips you owe to your servers. So we will also enter that as a credit. So we can see this credit card breakdown. It equals what our credit cards are. Total cash payments equals what our cash is. So once you've got everything entered and your debits and your credits match, then your daily sale is ready to be entered. So your credits represent your income from sales, so food sales, beverage sales, your liabilities, and then your debits represent the money that you've received. So you've increased your assets or your cash by this amount. Your cash and your credit card go to a clearing account because that's where the money lands before it's deposited in your bank. So your debits are where your money goes, your credits are where your money comes from. And then your last step is to save and post your journal. So now you just have to match that bank transaction to this manual journal when your deposit hits the bank. And you just have to do that 365 more times. So that's why we recommend syncing your POS system with Xero if possible. Or you can use a handy tool like MarginEdge to help with this task. And we love MarginEdge or tools like it. Not only does it sync your POS system to your account system, but you can also track your inventory. So you capture your receipts with the app, it scans them in, it tracks the price per item that you purchase, and then you record your inventory count at the end of the period in MarginEdge. And based on those two things, your receipts and your inventory count, it'll alert you of price increases or changes to your inventory. Then you can log your recipes in MarginEdge, so everything that it takes to create a dish, and it'll give you specific costs for your recipes, and also based on your daily sales, it'll give you specific income breakdowns for your recipes based on the latest costs of the products and your latest sales. And so it just makes everything so much easier and so much more transparent because it syncs everything. And that's the goal, transparency. As a restaurant owner, you want all of your numbers to be right at your fingertips with the least amount of work possible. You don't want to have to enter a daily sale for every day. So we definitely recommend using MarginEdge or your POS system's ability to integrate rather than manually entering every daily sale. But as I mentioned at the beginning, knowing how a daily sale gets entered can help you just to know the ins and outs, but then it can also help you when you run into problems or sync issues, which we'll get into in our next video. So stay tuned.